Let me make sure that's working. Get it. Alright, yeah, I got it now. Alright, so I'm just gonna ask you a couple questions.
Yeah,
Thank you for joining me today, Ali.
thank you.
So, how's the soccer team looking this year, from your standpoint of view?
I think we're looking really good. It's hard to say right now. We're still early in the process. However, we have a lot of good players. We have the last couple of years. It's been a process to rebuild the team. We've been struggling a little bit, as you guys probably have seen result-wise. But there is no doubt that both Tony Setzer and the new coach
Yes, sir.
Bradley Morrison is doing a fantastic job in terms of rebuilding the team, and this team has a lot of international players that takes a little bit of time to adapt, and a lot of Norwegians, especially Norwegians. However, we are looking very good. We beat Davidson 3-1 our first game. Got a couple of hard losses this
Wofford.
Weekend, Wofford and Mercer, but it's positive. It's a positive change. The schools just have to be a little patient.
Yeah.
We're definitely on the right track. We're playing upstate now this weekend, and I think down the road now we'll see if this team's good.
Now, you're an international student, right? So, you're not from this country. What country did you originally come from?
Norway.
Norway?
Yeah.
Really? That's awesome.
Yeah. So I don't look Norwegian. I have parents from the Middle East, but raised in Norway, lived all my life there, most of my life, except a little bit in Estonia and the Baltic area. Otherwise, I lived in Norway, and it started with John Ole Reinhardsen and Marius Hammersmark that came here first. They brought me over.
Yes, sir.
And then I brought over Iman Mafia, that is now the captain of Clemson's men's soccer team. And from there, I brought several, like most of the other Norwegians came through me. So, yeah.
So why did you choose Gardner-Webb out of all the schools? What made you choose Gardner-Webb?
It's very random. I got, first of all, it's random in terms of the choice that I could have probably gone to other schools, but...
And I didn't mean that in a bad way. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
what made you choose Gardner-Webb?
Yeah. No, it's a fair question. From what John Ole Reinhardsen told me, the school seemed like a perfect fit for me. Not too big, huge on community, and I heard it's very good with they have small classroom settings, and definitely a school that's up and coming, and I got attracted to the idea of being part of something that I can take some sort of leadership role in, and definitely being everything that I expected and even more. I will tell you that I had the opportunity to transfer several times, but I loved it here. From Tony Setzer, especially, has been unbelievable for me personally. This coach is very lucky to have him as a coach and part of the Gardner-Webb family, and he helped me a lot in the process before coming here and being here. So the biggest reason, I'll be completely honest, and I can say that behalf of many of the internationals that without Tony Setzer we will be here.
Because Coach Setzer has spoken very highly of you. Said you're one of the big playmakers of the team. You know how to get the players together. Whenever things are down, you're always there cheering them up, getting them ready for the games.
Yeah.
So Coach Setzer has a lot to say about you. That must be very good to you.
Yeah, it's clearly he means a lot to me personally in terms of he's a fantastic coach first and foremost. And I've had a lot of coaches. I played youth national team soccer. I played in the highest level in Norway. I had to sit out because of that my freshman year, and I had a lot of good coaches during the year. But Tony Setzer is definitely up there, and he's without doubt the best person I've had. There is a lot of good coaches, but they don't have the human side with them, the personal side, and he definitely has that. He knows when, to bring up the team, and when to, be a little bit, demanding, and when to relax and just, be instructive. But the team is this team is easy to work with. There is a lot of smart players. The freshmen are, very, very good. And we have a squad that maybe the most talented squad. However, it's a process. Things takes time. I know that we haven't, we struggled a lot the last couple of years, but Gardner-Webb, the players that Tony has been able to pull to Gardner-Webb is no other coach in the NCAA Division I will be able to pull them up, because we have 4 players with national team experience. We have 4 or 5 players that are in the FIFA, the game. These are amazing players that during the 4 years here is going to develop to be some of the best in the nation. Just wait and see.
Interesting, yes. Now, they've given y'all a tough schedule this year. Of course, y'all had to face undefeated Wofford and then Mercer. Now y'all got Clemson, Winthrop, Liberty, UNC Asheville coming up.
Yeah.
What in your mindset, what goes through your mind when you see those tough teams on schedule? How do you feel like y'all are going to take them?
I don't see any difference in terms of going into the game. There's no difference playing Clemson or Presbyterian, in my opinion. In terms of tactically, there's huge differences. The way you set up a team, the way you attack, the way you tactically organize the team and stuff like that. There's differences. However, I've never been afraid of playing anyone or thinking, this is going to be a tough game. Every game is tough in this conference. You don't meet the time where you play weaker team, that time is by that doesn't happen anymore. Every single team is working extremely hard to win the conference or be high up there. So we just have to concentrate on taking each game at a time. Wofford, we could have beat that. We were leading 1-0 the halftime, but they were just a little bit more sharper in front of their own box, from their box in front of our box. That's why they won. Mercer did the same thing. So I think we have a big chance against Clemson this year, and I think we have a big chance against Liberty. Liberty we won last year. We're going to beat them this year. I think we're going to be in the top. I'm not going to put the pressure on us here. We've been struggling the last couple of years, but we're definitely going to do better than last year.
This is your senior year. You redshirted, of course. What goes through your mind? Are you thinking this has to be the year for me, or what goes through your mind as you're a senior this year?
Completely honest, I've been thinking that every year, but yes, it have to happen, right? It's my last year. I have to. I don't. In the end of the day, you get judged by results. So clearly, this season is very important for me personally. Finishing strong, being able to help the younger players. Set an example for the younger players. However, I'm going to be here for a couple of more years, coaching, but in terms of playing, it is a very important season for me. Just finishing strong, making sure that the program is on the right track, and it definitely is. I'm excited for the future.
I'm sure it has to be very emotional to believe it's already your senior year when it feels like yesterday you just came to Gardner-Webb to play soccer.
Yeah, it's been amazing from day one stepping on this campus. Definitely, it's been a long ride. It's been some tough battles. It's been some fun games from the start of the year. Start of my career here at Gardner-Webb. But I loved every single second of it. It's going to be emotional to put a hand on my boots there and just say I'm done. But it's going to be what I've learned here. I can't put words on it. It's been amazing.
What made you fall in love with the sport of soccer? Soccer is a very great sport to watch and everything. What made you fall in love with the sport?
It was a natural process. Being from Norway and Europe in general, soccer is like football or baseball. Growing up, we don't have Norway. We're known for skiing, cross-country skiing, and soccer. And struggling a little bit with soccer in the last few years, but we have a lot of good players. And I personally didn't start playing organized soccer before I was 10, 11. I was always playing since I was 4 or 5 years old. Yeah. But starting a team, I was 10 and a half years old. Played it, 6, 7 hours a day. Just loved, watching players like Ronaldo, the old Ronaldo, Steven Gerrard, Robbie Fowler, Michael Owen, these players. I'm a Liverpool supporter, so clearly that's been a huge influence on me. But what made it, I think I love the tactical aspect of soccer. You know, that mind games that you get punished if you score. It's not like basketball where if you make a mistake, you have to chance to redeem yourself like immediately right after. Soccer is a game where you have to work with other players. You might only get one chance during a game, you know. So I like the whole idea there, and of course, I've had friends that, you know, all my friends growing up, you know, a lot of them plays, a couple of them plays in, you know, big European leagues right now. So grow up in an environment where soccer was the only thing we were doing.
Now, 2 more questions. You're far away from your family. Does your family ever get a chance to come see you play, or do you just?
Yeah, hopefully they'll come this season. Both of my parents are hard workers. So they have their jobs, and I obviously clearly understand that, you know, their priorities. But I miss my family. Obviously, you know, it's hard to be away from them. But they know that I'm pursuing my degree and trying to, you know, sell my life, and they're very, very, you know, proud of me, and it's very, you know, good to make. I feel like I'm making them proud every day.
So what's next for you when soccer season ends? What's next for you when you graduate?
I'll be a graduate assistant for Gardner-Webb Men soccer. That's the plan. Unless, that's the plan for right now, and you know, take my master's degree, and hopefully my biggest goal is being part of this program for at least a couple of more years, and helping the younger players grow. And because I think I have to make this clear that. That this program is on the right track, that the processes that is being put in place the last 3 years, it's hard to see from the people that is on the outside, but it's been a huge change in the program, because, you know, when we were successful in 2013 when I was my first year of playing. After that, a lot of good seniors graduated, and we had to rebuild the program in terms of players, and now we're going to start seeing the benefits out of it. But being part of this process, you know, soccer is a 90-minute game. It takes a long time doing just one game, and you can imagine, like, you know, making people understand the game over longer, you know, tactically, recruiting wise, organizational wise. There is a lot of aspect of that program that is very, very, you know, that have taken a lot of, you know, steps that people can't see, but again, yeah, we're being judged our result, which is fair enough. But I want to be part of this program the process we are involved in right now.
Thank you, Ali. It was a great pleasure speaking with you.
It was a pleasure speaking to you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you
for taking the time. I know you're busy.